Okay, welcome back. I think this is part 4 now, right? Of this stream slash video series. So in the last part, I kind of worked on the gun coming out of the holster and a little bit more of the kind of details of the animation. There's definitely some issues with some of the major parts, like the shoulders, and also the ending is still quite rough. This pose here, at least the hand pose, is still not quite what I want. So I'm going to work on that first. Just giving it a look though. I think the overall story beat's all there. I think most of the weight feels nice. Yeah, so I'm going to try and move a bit faster. Hopefully I can get something almost finished today. If I can't, then I'll probably do the rest of it tomorrow. But let's keep going. So I'm going to work on this hand first. Show controllers. So yeah, basically this pose here, basically from frame 79 to basically the end is pretty bad. So let's work on this. So I think at frame 79, the gun should kind of still be show manipulators. Why has that done that? It's flipped my preferences. I want this off here. There we go. So I want basically the gun to I guess rise up a little bit, like he's he's no longer dealing with a threat. He's completely relaxed and calm. So yeah, he's just gonna kind of casually kick the gun to his side. That's too strong though. Like that's probably better. Cool. And then I need to delete some of these keys. I think I'm gonna delete everything and do that manually. Let's find this last pose. So this last pose, it still feels a bit too like tense. So I want to get the story a bit sort of more relaxed. I'm not gonna reholster the gun just because, mostly because of time. I don't think it's worth spending another whole stream just doing like a gun back in the pouch thing. So, but I do think this elbow could be a bit more relaxed and softer. So let's delete this key, keep this. That's my final pose, I think. Already that kind of looks okay. Let's delete frame 70, see what happens here at frame 70. Yeah. So it's coming through quite nicely actually. But I think it just has a bit more weight to it by adding some more overlap. So I think I might, at this frame 85, just overlap it more. By the gun tip coming up and bring it up in space as well. Like that. I mean, you can't quite see the gun there, can you? Maybe bring it down this way. See that way. Okay. Cool. Okay, so obviously this pose is just splining really soft. So let's get into this last pose quicker. So I'm going to use Play Machine and I'm going to basically shift it towards that pose. But I have hotkeys set up for Play Machine. So I'm pressing 5 on my number pad and it's basically moving it towards the final pose. Yeah, so that now has a bit of weight to it. It's coming down quicker. Cool. The bug on my screen. No, go away, bug. I missed it. But yeah, okay. That seems okay. Let's play from this angle. Yeah, okay. Right, let's do a shoulder pass now. So, this is why I like doing shoulders last, at least for the main components. It's because I want to have the arm pretty much polished and then I can work on the shoulders. So, I'm mostly going to look at the posing of the shoulders, not so much the graph editor. They are both important, but posing is obviously king. So, he's coming up here. I think I might already have this in the graph editor. Yeah, I've already got this in. I want the shoulders to kind of ride up and like roll over. I think I can go further. So his arm's coming out pretty straight out of his shoulders. I think this is going to rotate this way. Is there a way to make this not follow? Is there a different control I can use? That's the armor. That's fine. The armor isn't being affected too much, so I can fix the elbow a bit later. So delete. Let's delete all the translations and delete all the scaling stuff because this is unneeded. You can do translations to the shoulders, but there's no reason to because the shoulders move with rotations. So you can maybe if you wanted to do something more stylized, but for my needs, I don't need to do any translations. Okay, this key is flat, so that's not good. I'm just going to hit my 2 machine button, just do 3, just make it smooth it out. Cool. I'll do elbow check as well in a second. So in this pose, I feel like it's okay as it is. It's coming out. I guess the shoulder will come through. Maybe I could roll it back a little bit. Maybe more. Yeah. That's a bit better. Because I want the armor to be a bit more visible. So I might bring this whole thing up. Just for now, for simplicity's sake. Yeah, that armor feels a bit nicer when you can see it. But I think at this point it can come back in itself though, because it's gonna like overshoot settle. Okay. So then yeah, you can see how it's twisting. Okay. And this gun needs to be fixed. I think that might have been a massive oversight by me. Okay, let's put a frame at 56. Brings forward and down in space. Thank you to my first viewer for the day. Welcome to my stream. Please let me know who you are. Comment down below. Say hello. If you're returning or old. Cool. Okay. So this pivot point is also causing an issue. So I'll fix that simultaneously, I think. So this pose is not that nice. Because it's the elbow. Which is going to be caused by... Where is it gone? The pivot point. It's here it is. So delete that. That was a really random key. I'm not quite sure what I was doing there. So I've got no animation on this now. Okay, so I need to fix this. Let's put a key on where I like it at frame 1 from 0. I like all this through here. I like that. Let's key this as well. Look at the translations basically. It's all locked down. And then I think from about frame 39 I can start bringing them out more. This pose looks okay from this angle. Okay, this angle here, maybe at frame 59, bring this back a bit down. It's a bit more streamlined. And check it's still fine these poses. Let's delete these ones. Okay, so there's definitely an overlap issue here happening in the wrist. So this is definitely a polishy section. I need to work on a lot. So let's track the wrist first, and then I'll offset it and do the gun as well second. So I think this section is okay for the gun. Well, for the translations at least, not the rotations. The rotations are terrible. But by frame 59, it really should be kind of dragging back still. Like down here. And this can be even further back maybe. So I want a slight bend there. I don't want it to be completely straight. Okay, let's work on the rotations now. So I'm going to just use the gun for this. Just select a random controller. Put a motion control to the gun. So now I can track the rotations of the gun with the hand. Give it a second to load. I'll have some coffee. Starbucks today. Special treat. Because I'm tired. I purchased decaf, so I'm not going to do much. Okay, so I want the rotations. Yeah, so the gun, I think, would be better if it drags a little bit more. Not drags. It still has weight. But I think having it so sort of leading down, it just looks broken. So let's go to the rotations again. Let's delete these keys. Maybe set a key about there. But also it hits a wall here as well. So I can add some animation here. So I think it's adding animation to this part could be good anyway. It's giving it a little bit more of anticipation. You can barely see it, but yeah, okay. I think have this drag still. And then at frame 56. Is there a Euler issue here? Let's do Euler filter quickly. Yeah, there was. Always check your Euler filters, because sometimes the rotations are completely crazy. If in doubt, just do that one click and it might fix half the problems. Yeah, you see already that kind of looks nicer. Okay, that's a pop though. And because the rotations like that would be better. I'm going to track the wrist as well simultaneously, I think. It'll make more sense. Did I get the right one? I think I did. I'll log into my next VR. Cool. So I think... What's happening here? I think this needs to be further forward in space. And then that comes out. I think this does need to come back a bit more. And actually this can be softer by... Or I get a nicer arc here on the pink and turquoise blue one. I want the arc to be nicer. And this rotation as well. Let's just go back to the graph editor. Yeah, it's popping. Delete that one. Not the rotation Y. I think the issue here is I've got gimbal lock. So it's causing some issues. But regardless, I'm just going to go frame by frame and just do it that way. Okay, that should be nicer now. Let's take off the motion paths and look at it properly. Put it in the middle so you can see what's going on. Let's save as before I do that. Save as layered version 3 because I want to make this a little bit separate from my streams. Okay, that anticipation is too much. It's just randomly, the gun's randomly shifting in space, which makes no sense. So I'm going to delete the anticipation, or at least make it a lot smaller. So maybe go to frame 48, middle mouse drag to 51. So copy that one. It makes it smaller by just default. Yeah, it's barely noticeable, but it does kind of have some sort of impact. Cool. Okay, the landing now feels a bit worse because I think I screwed up the shoulders a little bit. But I do want to make sure this works this way. So this pose here at 83. Let's work on that with the shoulder. That should be rotated this way. Because he's not as in danger. He's not going to rotate his arm forward that much. He's not crazy. So yeah, I can drag this down a bit. Maybe even rotate it. Rotate it up because he's going to have a bit more strength to keep his core tight. But then delete frame 70. There we go. And that should be fairly natural. Okay, and let's delete these keys because they're wrong. And then shifting too quickly. So there's something needs to shift here. Maybe it's the RZ and make the curve nicer. Bring this down a bit. And this is going to have impact here. So as it goes down, as it's falling to the ground, it's going to have the opposite reaction in the shoulders. So that's probably fine. And then but this is then settle. So this needs to be a settle. So let's go to frame 90. 3, make a settle curve. Just do the rotation Y, that seems to be the biggest impact, the biggest effect. This is annoying me. Let's delete this one for a second. We'll shift this up. Cool. Okay, so he's going to have the shoulders dragging up and then collapse down into the pose. So I think that can be more. So this is the overshoot. So yeah, it's going to collapse in and it's going to overshoot back up and then land. This might be too much, but actually no, it feels okay. Cool. Cool. Okay, so let's go back and just quickly check. Okay, this hand is now the biggest issue for me. This hand is being shifted because I think I added some keys and deleted some keys. Hey man. Yeah, I really stream on YouTube. I don't really stream that much, like in terms of I'm just starting out, and I'm just trying to make it simple for myself by just streaming on one place. I mean, I'm not sure where else to go. Twitch seems okay in the past, but I'm not really a big gamer anymore, so I'm not quite sure what the best streaming platforms are. Do you have any recommendations? And thanks for joining, by the way. Thank you for being here today. Okay. Maybe this arm is too fast. Let's add some poses in. So I'm going to select this and also the elbow. I think maybe this pose is broken. Let's key 63. I might delete frame 60. Let's see what happens. So this is obviously completely broken. That's fine. Bring this up a little bit. That might be nice already. Just having a less of a straight arm, a bit more bend in the arm. But now here, of course, I do need to set a key. So this needs to be lower still. Make this pose nicer. And then this one, I think I must have deleted by mistake. Let's put this out a bit. I might need to do a little motion trail for this. It's too high up. I want him to like raise the arm as he falls, not when he's just sort of well, thank you to my 2 viewers now. I'm guessing one of them is squad grab, and then someone else, please let me know who you are. Just show I'll play the whole shot so you see what's going on. If you're just joining, by the way, this is the result of 3 streams. This is the 4th one. Cool. So there's some issues to fix still in the legs, the other arm, possibly the elbow. Let's check the elbow one more time. So I'm going to select this controller, do the elbow pass. Another sip of coffee. Cool. Right. I think this feels okay still. The shoulder makes sense, that's why it works. I'll go frame by frame a bit later to check all the collisions of the chest and the armor and the cloth. Okay, the elbow's fine. The hand is still not fine though. There's like a pop thing, it's like shifting back and forth. Let's see it. Yeah, it's still hitting a wall. There's just a massive wall here, right? There's no sense of like follow through. So I'm gonna bring this. Let's put key 82 at the peak, and then go to 85. Bring it forward. Maybe bring it a bit more forward. And I don't need to have it so rotated out. I think. Just rotate it back in. Maybe even bring it back a little bit. And then I'm going to take 95, and then I think that could be a good final frame. So bring it to 100 by middle mouse dragging. It's hard to tell because it's so heavy, this Mars scene now. Let's just save scene. Things that are edit. Is it optimize scene? And then you can remove unused animation curves, deforms, sets. It should be fine. Animation curve optimize. I just saved it, right? I did. Cool. Might be a bit faster now. Not really. But it's fine. But there's something happening. Maybe it's a rotation issue. It's the gun. It's just like jarring. Let's put a trail onto the tip of the gun. Yeah, this is basically how I polish, by the way. So just going through my shot. At this stage, you know, the main mechanics are there, right? So I'm just going through checking where the collisions are, what's looking weird. And this part is actually a little bit slower than doing other methods. But my logic is because I'm so fast at doing the blocking pass and like getting to this stage, I can spend more time like polishing and adding in more like I guess nuggets of information. That's my logic anyway. Yeah, it's this thing here. I think it's just too steep. I'm gonna delete that one. Do that one. Yeah, I think that's a ULA filter issue here. That's why like gimbal lock. That's why it's looking strange. This might actually completely break my animation. Let's check the start of that. Make sure it's not broken here either. I think also because he's coming across. Maybe I can get this posing a bit nicer. No, I think it's okay for now. There's something happening here. It's here. Oh, it's a spacing issue. It is a spacing issue. But what's causing? Is it the shoulder? Is it the elbow? Is it the hips? It's always the hips, isn't it? Something's causing a weird spacing issue here. Oh, maybe it's the rotation from the other axis. No, it is here. Oh, it's just this. I might just delete this key. And put this to auto tangent. Delete this one too. Might help a little bit with the that should be fine now. The spacing was a bit nice. It's gonna ease in slightly because it's got like a little. Yeah, there we go. That's where it takes some time to train your eye. I think that was hard to find, and maybe some people didn't see it, but I could see it. Just you gotta learn to trust yourself. I knew it was wrong, so I gotta find it. Okay, so do a quick play blast. I know there's lots of things to change still. Just generally to see how that looks, but a bit faster speed. Because I think it's getting quite close to. You know, I mean, I need to work on the landing more for the FK legs, how they settle while it's in the air. It's not this bit, but this bit could work. It's this bit here. So right now it feels like it gets stuck. He stays pretty vertical, and then you'll see a second he just spreads his legs and falls. I think that works okay, but I think we could break it up a little bit more. So I'm going to work on that. Let's do the play blast now. I mean, it's pretty close to being done though, like in terms of the legs. Cool. There's so many polish things I can do for this. There's a pop here. This arm could be too fast. The gun hand. But for now I'm going to leave it. I think there's more pressing issues to deal with, which is this FK hand. It's completely flat here. It's not good. So let's look at the rotation Y, which is back and forth. Yeah. I think this can be brought in just for, and then they have to of course start working towards that FK pose. Maybe do a bit there. And find the extreme is probably about there, the extreme actually. So let's put the extreme up here. So it comes out and settles out. Bring it in. Cool. And now I think I can actually I can delay this even more, I think. I can increase this. Delete that one. No. Bring this up. Bring this down. No, that doesn't look right. It should still be overlapping, I think. So I think that's like that, maybe. Delete this key. And I think now the shin needs to be a bit more overlap as well by dragging it behind more. So here I think it's a little bit softer than these. So give him space to go. Like when he actually does have to straighten the leg, he has space to go forward. Look. Okay. I'll do a foot pass as well in a second. But let's do the ankle. Because right, you see it's pretty flat here as well. So let's put the extreme for this one at frame 84. Like that. And I can delay his arrival a bit too as well. No, that's too early. Let's bring this up so this has an arc still. And then frame 80, same time I can bring this down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So now there's a bit of anticipation as well. Feels a bit nicer. And then just checking his landing was way correct. There's definitely an issue here with the cog still. Like, I think it's worth even changing it though. Maybe it's fine. For the camera, it's fine, so I called it. I mean, I think the oath, as in like he wants to land on the ground, so yeah, I think that's fine. Maybe at that frame 86, I can just slightly make it a bit more of an arc by actually, yeah, 86, yeah, by just dragging it out in the FK thigh. Just bring this out a tiny bit, like that. There we go. There we go. Also got a nice little sort of arc as well. Figure of 8 hole and then comes down. Should be a bit better. I've got a fly on my screen. Can you see it on the camera? I think you can actually. Cool. Yeah. Cool. I think that leg is actually nearly done now, apart from the armor and stuff. Let's do the other leg, because I think similar issues are happening. I am definitely going to do the rest of the stream tomorrow. So I'm going to do the stream for another, what's the time? Another half an hour. And then I think I'll finish off tomorrow, because it's going to be a long, long day for me. I think this is okay. Maybe we can have the ease out a bit longer. So let's go to the rotation Z. Let's bring this down a tiny bit. And then when it comes up, let's set a key here, insert a key actually. Bring it up slightly so it's not quite as simultaneous. And I do have to work out how to get this out. I think that's pretty simple. Just rotate it in the y-axis. Let's put a key on. I say a locator. Sorry, not locator. I'm so tired today. I've been animating for like 14 hours straight today. Let's turn on the tweak controls. I can then fix that. Tweaks on, and then there we go. Ankle controller to animate. So yeah, you see how it's going down this arc, which is really not nice. So we can just take no, that's the wrong key. I need to click the thigh key. And you can see already what's going on, honey. So yeah, let's just delete these for a start, see what happens. And then put a D. Yeah, so now I can go to frame maybe 4. If I delete that, what happens? That goes in. No, I need to go out. Let's bring this down. No, sorry, this. Wait. 1 second, sorry. I think it's through. So frame 83, I want him to start coming outwards. Like that. And then he comes this key here. What's causing this little... It's probably this shit, isn't it? It needs to rotate us forward now. Yeah, it says 2 of the same frame. There we go. So it's always something. Never have 2 keys flat unless they're actually not moving. Okay. Okay. I think there's still a little bit of popping of this ankle. So that seems to have shifted slightly. So let's move this back out by just doing that. Yeah. There's a slight issue here when it comes in. It goes out, feels quite nice. And it comes in again. So I need to work on that. Probably with the rotation. Yep. Delete that one. Let's just set this to D. Delete that one. I think maybe this could be like that. So it's got more of an in curve. And now I'll go fix the shin. This is all polishing is just fixing. No. I think this can be a bit more down now. There we go. And then the foot, I haven't really done much foot animation, but I need to do some. So I think this will be a bit less broken. Delete this one too. And then that's fine. 78, I know you can't see it on camera. Sorry, 70, 80, 87, sorry. But maybe a little bit softer so the heel shows a bit more. So the spacing of the feet don't feel too clunky. That feels a bit better, yeah. That's better. It's a lot better for this shot. Okay. So now I need to work on the other stuff. I think that's okay. Just work on the hands now. This is the look at Play Blast, actually. Just see what it looks like. At this stage, I mean, it's not the best practice because if you look at it too much, your eyes go funny. But I'm quite tired, so my eyes are already funny. So let's just work on this with a Play Blast. Yeah. It's not too bad. Cool. Play this now. Yeah, the legs look nicer. Cool. So I have to fix the screen right arm, his left arm. I have to fix, I think this motion here is still too fast. Like the arm coming down to the side, it's way too quick. So I might add in a frame there. Obviously fingers needs the finger animation. And once I have those 3 things done, so the fingers, the arm, the fingers, the gun, and maybe just a quick check on the body, and then I can start doing the like armor plating and the knee plating, which is making sure it's doing the right thing. And of course, then I need to do the like offset and overlap of like the holster and other bits of gear that are flapping, which is not that much. And I'm not quite sure how to do the jetpack and the cloak. I might ignore the cloak. I feel like if they're wearing a cloak, it's going to catch fire. So maybe I'll take the cloak off. It's to stick to the jetpack, which does kind of suck. But let's just try with a cloak version, shall I? If I put the cloak on, which is where this one. No, it's this one, the one below it. Cloak visibility. Let's delete all these keys. And delete. And then, yeah, on. I'm going to leave it default for now. Let's play blast again. This rig has a really nice cloth sim for the cloak, actually, to be fair. It's not like perfect, but it's the best I've seen on a rig. And I have one at work I use for like hair and like pigtails and ponytails for the characters at work. And it's nowhere near as good as this. I mean, this isn't perfect. Like, I have to definitely fix that. But for a basic kind of free sim, it's pretty well done. So look, play again. Yeah. I mean, if I pose out the shoulders more, so if I pose out the cloak more for the starting pose, it could work better. But I'll do that at the end. I think doing it now is wasting time. Okay, so let's go back and do the other hand. I think that's the next thing which is going to cause me issues. Let's just go into the... This is going to be affected by the shoulder, yes or no? No, also it isn't. Okay, cool. So I do need to do a shoulder pass. So I'm going to do a shoulder pass first. So bring the shoulder down now. So go to frame 8, keep it the same. And then he's coming round quite far. Wait. Yeah, so I want that to be round. Down. Delete frame 16, just to have move. Yeah, that's about right. Graph editor. You can't really see it, so I'm not going to do much if you can't see it. But you can see this, so let's bring this up. Just to make it a bit more, have like a bit of weight and strength to it. I mean, you can barely see it, to be honest. Okay, now I need to do the same thing I did for the other arm, have like the overshoot and settle. So when he's falling about frame 86, let's bring this up like that. And then maybe delete frame. Yeah. And then I can bring this forward in space. He's gonna like bring this down. And then gonna kind of settle back up to where it was. Maybe delete 18.9. Yeah. So now that shoulder's working, if the arm feels a bit more believable now. Cool. Yeah. Okay, next thing I need to do is the fingers. This is, I don't really need the graph editor for this. I'll just do a quick check on the elbow one more time. Just checking this feels okay. Leave it. Yep. I don't want any dead keys because this is a fairly important shot. Like in terms of it's a limb which is really well seen. So having dead animation will just make it seem really obvious. So I think at frame 52, let's bring this down a little bit. Like that. Cool. And then maybe delete this key, it doesn't need to do much. Some poppy thing happening here though. What's happening here? Basically hits a wall. You can see hits a wall. That sets a key on the the FK wrist, and let's just track it. Yeah, see that's the wall I'm talking about. The overlapping kind of figure of 8 type thing is fine. But this, yeah, it's about frame 55. Let's bring this out again. I think I rotate Y and rotate. Actually, all of them really. About there. Okay, and now the elbow is too in sync with the arm. So let's do some animation to the elbow. Let's do, again, don't want any dead keys. So let's just work on these dead keys. Just something subtle just to give it some motion. So I think here, I mean, I know that technically I mentioned before that you don't want to animate anything else but the axis which it rotates on. So I'm going to try and stick to that even though I have done some animation. Just checking what pose. So it's the rotate, yeah, the rotate Z is what really I want to focus on. Just focus on that. And I'll leave the ones I already have. Because I don't want it to like be too broken. Cool. And then delete that. Goes forward. Which is quite yeah, that's about right. Yeah. Cool. And this figure of eight motion doesn't quite make sense here though. Because it's going to be continuing to keep its balance. She does make, that's not too bad actually. But I do need to have the arms up here. So it is just like how the shoulders goes up, so does the thingy. Brings up two more. Delete this key H7, why not? Actually wait, no. Select all rotations. Delete them all here. No, that's wrong. That doesn't feel right at all. That's probably an elbow thing actually. Maybe the elbow needs to come forward. Like that. I might, yeah, this is yeah, the shoulder's also causing issues. Oh yeah, there's a pop here, that's why. Do that. And I want to have this auto tangent out. So basically I want the tangents to continue into space. Because of course they're not going to actually stop dead. Like they're not. He's not actually stopping. Just the animation stopping. Okay, so this is too far backwards now. So I was right. About frame 87 needs to come forward. Delete 88. It's forward 2. Bring it up a little bit. And then bring it down. Maybe that's about right. And let's make this basically the same thing. So using 2 machine again, and push it towards the last pose. That shift better? Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Maybe. Hey Vera. I started a bit earlier today. I'm probably gonna end a bit earlier too. I'm really, really tired. I had a long day at work. Thank you for the compliment. Yeah, okay. So let's try and get these fingers done now. Let's do the wrist first, of course. Save it. Okay, so the wrist is kind of, I think, the last big thing to do. And then I would worry about the details. Like I said, I'm going to do details tomorrow, I think. Okay. So let's bring this hand down a little bit to start off with. And then you can... I'm basically thinking of this as a tail. So I'm going to do this like overlapping like how a tail would go. So as the movement comes forward, I'm going to bring it up once, but then about 12, 13, I'm going to bring this back like that. Also helps with that line of action as well. And then delete frame 15. It's not helping me. So that's coming in. No, I think this should come down here. Like that. It starts out kind of flat. And then go down. I want to learn Blender. What would you recommend starting on first? So I've learned Blender a lot. You mean for animation or for like modeling, or what do you want to learn Blender for? Because that's a big question. What's your project that you want to make? What's the big aim, goal, project? Because there's so many different things in Blender that you need to make sure you know what your like target is for the project. So for example, you could do the donut tutorial from Blender Guru, which I've done, and That gives you modeling skills, some texturing skills, some sculpting skills. There's no animation skills in that. Yeah, so animation, I guess there's a really good channel for Blender. I'll find it for you. Animation Hub, I think. Hub. Animation Hub. Here we go. So this guy, Brian Gohu, he does basically all Blender stuff. Has a really good course as well. And I would just recommend doing this sort of stuff to learn animation. That's the animation itself. It doesn't teach you texturing, doesn't teach you modeling, doesn't teach you anything about like node editors and stuff. But just for animation, this is a good starting point. Yeah, is it good? I haven't done the course myself. Is it a good course? Yeah. So I was tempted to do it myself, just to learn Blender stuff for animation, but I haven't got around to it yet. Okay. So this wrist, I want to keep that pose at frame 27 is nice. Delete these poses, and that should give me a nice sort of follow through naturally. And then I've got that nice animation there. Delete that. And then I think by this pose it can come back in again. Like there. Delete these poses. Yeah. Cool. And then I need to work on this drag. So here, of course, it's going to be dragging because it's going to, you know, it's going forward in space, so it's going to be dragging behind him. This pose too. I mean, and this one could be a bit more flexible because it has, like, power. Yeah, that's the one I saw. I might do that one soon. Do you animate like at work? Do you are you student? Are you learning Blender for fun, or do you have like Blender at the workplace where you use it every day? Thinking how you would maybe. I think there's a controller later on to fix this. Just checking the extras. This is the. Yeah, I can fix this later. Cool. So I'll fix that later. That'll be a separate thing. Yeah, that'll be next stream. The bits and bobs, I guess. Okay, I think actually this pose here, arm can come up. So 83, I think this arm to be outside the body. Maybe. Nope, that doesn't work. Delete that. Cool. This arm is still not good. I need to fix it, but I think I'm too tired to do it right now. So I'm gonna fix it tomorrow. Just like one little bit for the arm. Because it's not looking good. It does not make sense. Oh cool. Anyway, I do know some people who have used Blender professionally, like in a studio. Of course, for freelance stuff, it's the best thing to learn. Oh yeah, I knew. Yeah, I use Les a lot in Maya, so I'm guessing it's the same function. Check. Run it down. Delete that, and let's make that last pose the same. Drag it along. Cool. Layered animation technique for acting shots. So I think layered animation works for every type of shot. And I use I'm making a video, like an actual video about different types of workflows. And I would say that between pose to pose and layered workflows, I use layered about 75% of the time, including for acting shots. The difference is though that the more stylized your shot is, like the more cartoony, the less that layered animation really works. Layered animation is good for like VFX work or really realistic work, or work where you know that it's more like general talking or dialogue. If you have like a really cartoony action shot or like a really cartoony joke, like you know, like Tom and Jerry type thing, then I would do pose to pose. That's how I would think about it. So if you watch the other streams, you'll see how I started the shot. The shot's almost done now, really. Like I'm at this part of the animation, polishing is the same for both steps, both pose to pose and layering. Like it's kind of done. So yeah. Yeah, I think my next video is going to be basically the explanation. I have 4 workflows I use, and I actually have videos for all of them. In the sense of I have time lapses of all of them, and I'm going to probably yeah. Oh yeah, how we do a cartoon shot. I actually did something really fun at work, just in the break time, but I can't show that shot sadly because it's NDNA stuff. But yeah, I think I might do something like that for my next shot. But that would definitely be more pose to pose. But to be fair, the cartoony stuff I did do recently was this stuff. Where is it gone? I mean, yeah, this video here. This is all about pose to pose. Like this is all layout animation. This is all pose to pose workflow. Like there's no way I can do this layering because it's so cartoony. If you want to see my actual workflow of how it would work in the step key pose, one of my live streams was this one. This is my first live stream. Was about Ang. This was all pose to pose. So yeah, you can see. I think maybe about video 3 I start doing splitting stuff. Maybe part 2, but yeah, part 1 is all basically blocking pose to pose. So both. But sorry, to answer your question, sorry, Samuel, to be clear, I think it's good for acting shots, but I would make sure that you have a good plan, like you know what the shot looks like, and you also know that it's not too cartoony. Yeah, more Tom and Jerry. I do want to try some. I did, like I said, but I did do one that I really like, super stylized for fun. It was like 50 frames. It's definitely my weakest style of animation. Like I'm not the best at it, but it'd be good to learn. Okay. I feel like I can make this landing heavier. I feel like he's got a lot of weight on him, so he would probably collapse more. Let's just try and make it a bit deeper. I'm going to scale this down a little bit. Maybe that feels better already. Heavier. The shoulder's moving too much, I think. Yeah, I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to take like pose 95 and just middle mouse drag to make it ease in. Fix these tangents though. Make it so it's a little bit less crazy. Like that. Delete that. Yeah, I have found that yeah, actually to be fair, that's true. I would say that's true, Henry. That have tried to look at Blender animators, and nearly all of them are coming from Maya, and it just helps that yeah, anyone who's learned animation in Blender, I feel it sounds harsh to say this, but I don't think they're quite as good. I think it's not because it's a bet. Yeah, all mentors use Maya exactly. So it's just not because Blender isn't a good software. It's that everyone who's good at animation uses Maya first. So learning from is easier when you know. Cool. Right, I'm just gonna do a quick finger pass, and then I think I might just yeah take a break. But let's just do this finger. I think there's is there a roll controller on this? Or is there not? There's not a roll controller, is there? Is there one? Softness roll? Is that not? No, that's the yeah. Yeah. I get it. Yeah, I've tried looking at. I mean, Blender's good for all around like making cute animations, but actually animating as like a profession, I think all the good people you admire. It's not a software issue. I know you can do good things in Blender. I'm gonna make a quick selection set for these fingers because I don't want to bother. Select them all and then fingers. I'm not gonna do the thumb. That's gonna be separate. So I'm just gonna go the same way I did the actual wrist. I'm gonna select everything in this rotation Z to get the what's the word? To get the axis correct. So it's coming in here. I'm going to bring this in to start off with. And as he comes out, it's going to open up the hand. So about frame 7, open up the hand. And then here, frame 13, you can close the hand. Maybe delete that one. There we go. So it's a bit stylized, but I think for the fingers, you can get away with it. And this one might require a bit more posing. So I'm going to get the thumb, bring the thumb out. Bring Lucy together. Bring it down. Maybe I can just bring this one up a bit more. And bring this one in a bit more. Just down a bit. Get rid of this motion controls maybe. There we go. Fingers again. Key that. Cool. So let's delete 22, 23. I want to keep that pose. My song will stop. Let's choose a different song. There we go. And I'm going. Also, I think here it's definitely going to be pretty out there. I don't want to break the joints too much. So actually, I think 27 is going to curl in because he's kind of slowing down a little bit, and then it's going to come back out again here. There we go. Delete that, and then 40. I can key 40. Cool, and then let's make a fist type shape here. Not a fist, but I'd curl them in again. Delete these 4. And again, this can be curled. I might pose this a bit better, like actual pose. So I'm gonna take the thumb, take these thumb controls, not that one, thumb control. What should I do for this? Like that. Maybe just give this a curl too. No, wrong one. Although Henry or Samuel, anyone, if you do learn animation, feel free to post it in my Discord, and I'll take a look at your stuff. I'd love to see it. Let's key that. Well, then this one definitely is going to be outward because he's kind of seeing himself. Delete that one. Maybe it's too early. That should be still coming in. And I think maybe about 76 can be the max. And then it's still going to be, the whole way it's going to be kind of outwardly curled. Definitely here, even more. And then here I can curl it in. Delete 89. Cool. And now what I'm going to do, just play it first, see if it looks okay just at this stage. Oh, I think that's looking okay. Yeah, I think that's... Okay, I'm going to quickly try and pose the cloak. See if that works. I think it might work a little bit. I don't want the jetpack to not be seen though. That's the only issue. So let's key the cloak here. But yeah, if I move this, does it move everything really badly? It does. Maybe I can move the origin and move it down. Does that work? Move the origin down like that. Key that. And then it's going to be draping on the ground, of course. So just select everything, rotate it down, and then rotate the bottom ones back. It's going to be dragging. Flip all these like that. There we go, like that. And this is going to be forced up because, of course, it's getting the hand is blocking it. Does that work? Maybe. Oh, thank you, Vera. Yeah, it was so close to being done yesterday, but I was just too tired to finish it. Okay, let's key everything there and see if that looks better. Yeah, I mean, the jetpack means it doesn't really work, does it? The cloak gets in the way of the jetpack, and then you can't see the jetpack. So it's a good sim rig, but it just doesn't work with this shot, sadly. So I'm going to turn off the cloak. That one. Yeah, turn it on, off. It does kind of suck. So I want to, I think there's a very simple control for the jetpack as well. Like an ignition, maybe. Let's have a look. Oh, that's the scaling, that's useful. Yeah, okay, I can do this. So let's just select these 6, add them, jetpack. And then, so I want the ignition to happen. How do I make this a 0 pose? I'll scale it this way. Scale it this way. Move it up. Yeah, cool. If I mirror the animation for that. Yeah, cool. So let's set a key there for the starting pose. And then about frame 16 as well off. Frame 18, no, frame 22 have it back at default. Frame 18 have it almost out. And maybe I can actually make it bigger here at frame 22. Do I think I'll render this one? So I would like to render it, but it's the fire is the issue. I'm not quite sure how, I mean, I don't want to do volumes. I don't have time to do like simulations and stuff. And I don't really know much about rendering simulations either. I know a little bit, but not enough to do this quickly. So maybe I can add a... Maybe I can add... scale this back on itself. Cool. And then I've got to get the ignition right. So it's off there, right? So let's put this 84, I'm going to turn it off. 84, copy frame 13 to 84. There we go. I think actually looking at this now, the screen right leg, the left leg, especially the takeoff, definitely needs some work. But I think for now I might leave it for tomorrow's stream. Oh yeah, Henry, I would definitely spend time learning pose to pose. You're right. It's a good point. I spent most of my time doing pose to pose as a student, and the reason I can do lead workflow now is because I learned pose to pose. Understanding a good pose is really important. Understanding how all the body parts need to move is important. So you're on the right track by understanding that. I have a video on my channel, by the way, which might help you. Where has it gone? Hopefully this is useful to you. I'll show you. So I actually have two. There's different types of workflows even within pose to pose. The one, where's it gone? Yeah, this yellow colored series is probably the ones that I recommend, especially this one. Don't waste time animation blocking. This is a method of blocking that I use a lot, even to this day. So it's like pose to pose, but it's a little bit. It's like pose to pose and layered combined. And it's something I recommend to people quite a lot. It's not true pose to pose because we are still kind of going in spline, but I would maybe give this video a look at. And the rest is just more like walk cycles and stuff. I haven't done a proper tutorial on pose to pose, but I do have a live stream. Yes, hybrid, yeah. But this Stormtrooper one is, I'll show you, is me just doing pose to pose. Like, go back to here. This is how I would do a this is the spine and polish pass. So go back to the actual blocking pass. You'll see I do have I'm doing pose to pose. I have reference, of course. Reference is important. I think it's more important for pose to pose, but it's still important for any type of workflow. Yeah, you can see this is how I do blocking. So maybe give that video a watch. That is more of a tutorial than it is a workflow demo. So this video here with like the Mandalorian is more of me working, but the Stormtrooper one is a bit more of a tutorial. I do try to talk about things. Who I think I think I've seen that name before. I haven't watched that video though. Cool. Let's just quickly check something. If I was to quickly make a create lights, all right, Arnold lights skydome. If I was just to quickly look at this with a render, does it actually? I'm gonna save my work. I really hope my stream doesn't crash with this rendering. Turn off. Look at that. And wrong camera. It comes out red. Again, I guess it's kind of fire. Stylized fire. At least it renders. That's a good start. And that's you guys nearly had me for a second. But yeah. Well, at least it kind of does. The colors kind of come out. Though I think there's a way of doing VDMs. Like I know there's software Embergen. I know you've heard of it. But again, I did try that once for a dragon shot. But yeah, it's not stuff. If the stream is okay, let me know. It should be fine now. But I actually did get an error saying it's slow. So if it is slow, tell me. Cool. Yeah, it should be fine now. Just say it's fine. But yeah, cool. Thank you for letting me know, Vera. Okay. So apart from like the armor going through the body, which I'm gonna fix tomorrow, is there anything you think that's missing from this shot? Or anything that's weird? Again, not the things going in between each other, not like things intersecting. That's polishing for tomorrow. But like, the actual animation itself, I'm trying to see. It's probably the feet. I always see issues. Hmm. Well, I guess it's not too bad. Still, still play boss. Yeah, if there are anything, say anything. I'm open to any suggestions. Yeah, I might. Yeah, that's a good point. So I might. What I could do is I might rotate the jetpack, or I might rotate his torso. I was thinking that as well, even from the start. Yeah, you're right. I think I can maybe do it easily with just the jetpack itself. I don't think I need to worry about the animation too much. Let's just animate. This animates the. Yeah. So I might cheat this a little bit. So, Scenic Cafes outside. I haven't really particular about the layout of my cameras. Has to be the right angle and the right. Has to be animate on the left, viewport on the right. Okay, so let's put this here, and then maybe I'll bring this. Maybe that's something good. I think the default's better. I think maybe I can just rotate it instead. Okay, so how can I do this easily? It's probably using this one, isn't it? Maybe I can rotate. It's rotation X, right? So I'm thinking to myself, I can change this quickly. Does that feel okay? I mean, the head's now completely wrong, but I've fixed the head. Is that better, do you think? Or is that worse? Can't completely tell. Or mean, oh, you mean like have it start later so that you jumps back and then kind of. Oh, okay, I get what you mean. Yeah. So I might soften this. I think that's a bit too much. Soften this back. I think you're both right. As in both comments are right. So soften the RX, and you're right about the jetpack. Set the jetpack rig, and I'm going to shift this back. So you should ignite about frame 25 maybe. So it keeps you in the air more. About there. I guess I'm playing with reality a little bit. So like, I am taking the creative freedom to, I assume they have good control over these things. I knew there was an issue there. I knew there was. Why is this going over so many frames? So I fix this for this is going to annoy me the whole day if I don't fix this. So let's fix this now. Let's turn on the tweaks. Set a key here. Cool. I mean, I guess technically it does look okay, but I'd rather not have this random. Yeah. Yeah, I knew there was something strange. It was looking bad. This is intersecting. Okay, so let's fix this by doing that. And then that. And I want the last key to be for FK blend to be there. So I want this to be IK still. So this could be FK. And then I use that Ghost Poser app if you remember from the last stream. If you're new Henry for the stream, basically it's a plugin. I select the geometry, add this to the plugin. I click the green button, make Ghost Pose, and then I can continue looking at this pose on different frames. So now I can go to the next frame and this pose stays here. So I can easily match this IK switch. Checking it switch properly. Yeah. So this pose now an FK, I can then animate this to this pose. So make this a bit easier to see. And make this a bit more transparent. There we go. So I'm imagining he's going to continue with his leg and he's going to actually kind of bend it back still. Maybe he's going to... Okay, I think maybe this is IK's change. So make a ghost pose here now on FK. I'm going to adjust this IK pose, but bring it down more. I've got to fix this angle too. Bring it down in space. It's in. Rotate that. I use both, yeah. Motion curves are good too. And then I can then fix this again. That's that. So yeah, that's where that goes. Make ghost pose there. So now I can do it the other way around again. Go to this key and then fix the FK for this. Bring it to there. I want to have them come in. This arc was quite nice, so having it come in a little bit is quite nice. And then I broke that there. Get the spacing correct. Do that now. And then I think that's about right now. I can just fix this leg slightly. And delete that key. There we go. Yeah, it feels stronger now as well. Like in terms of the push off, actually feels like he's jumping off the ground. I say that, but actually no, it doesn't quite. This is intersecting. So the translations, if I just copy that, copy that. I don't want it to slide. I want this push up to feel strong. There we go. Yeah, that's better. I think having this leg actually straighten makes no sense. So right now it's straightening out slowly. I think keeping that pose might be nicer. So I'm going to select these and just keep that pose, match it a little bit. And then when he does the shift forward, that's when he can actually, you know, drop the leg. So let's bring it up a little bit more still. Do it by hand. The leg can bend back though. Yeah. There we go. Also acts as an anticipation as well. That's too much of a kick forward. Not that far. Just check that's... There you go. It's better. Make sure the tangents are all correct. Because sometimes they can... So yeah, I think this is too strong still. So I want to bring this back up a little bit. And that can be the arc. Yeah, so I don't mind a slight shift like this. And that could be right what I need. There we go, that's better. Yeah. That leg shifting down made no sense. It was just like a very slow, spliny, floaty part of the animation. Okay. I mean, that's it. Apart from the bits where they're intersecting with the armor, which I'll fix tomorrow. I'm trying to work out what's wrong with it now. I'm sure there's something wrong. There's always something wrong. Any suggestions? Let's save it anyway. Save. Let's do a quick play last again. This time do it with the prettier geometry. Which section, Vera? You mean the one it's jumping backwards? And cheers, Henry. Thank you. I'm glad it was helpful. You liked it. Been a real fun week. Yeah, so let's look at the post again. Let's play this back now. You mean? Oh, do you mean the bit of hovering here, Vera? Yeah. You mean this bit here, right? This bit here. Or this? I mean, both of it. Both of it. Yeah. I spent so long not doing that yesterday, if you remember, and I still don't like it. Maybe it's the feet. If I add some to the feet, it might help as well. Let's just click this foot controller. Maybe right here I can add a bit more. Show viewport manipulators. Delete these ones now. I think here you're right that I think this needs to be up more. And this can be down more. it's gonna make it, and then here, go to the graph editor. I think, oh yeah, I think it just doesn't even have any key. Yeah, so about frame 47, it should be continuing down. And then I can maybe do the feet again. So take this foot, and then right here I can bring it down more. And here as well. Bring it up more. Take that, delete that. Yeah. Cool. Okay, right. I think that's a really good note to finish on, because I think tomorrow I will just do a very short stream and I might just do the. I mean, I might even do this off screen. I mean, do you guys really want to see me just fiddling with the bullets? Is that fun to watch? Just me doing. All I'm going to be doing really is going through and making sure that, for example, like this pose here. Okay, hit a key. Let's bring this out more like that. That's all I'm going to do tomorrow, basically. Is that fun to watch? It's probably not fun to watch, is it? I might do that myself. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with it though, as a mechanic shot. Cool. Well, thanks, Henry. Yeah, in that case, I'll just stream tomorrow as well, same time. Bit shorter, but same time. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a day there. Let's do one last play last because I like doing it. Let's do. I can't do any lighting things, can I? If I do this. Yeah, it's not. I have we have hair in my work office with like it's one big piece of geometry. It's not like a loose hair, and I have to every time she turns her head, I got to like turn the head. It's horrible. Well, thanks Vera, thanks Henry. But I will stream this time again tomorrow. I'll do the streaming. Probably won't be this long. It'll be a bit shorter, but yeah, and I might try and do some lighting as well. Cool. Okay, well I'll call it a day, and yeah, cheers Samuel as well. Thank you for being here. Please go watch my other videos, my other YouTube channel stuff. I think they're useful. So if they are helpful for you, let me know. And comment down below in those videos what you want me to make next as well. I'm glad, Vera. Thank you. The perks living overseas. Cool. Yeah, we'll end it there. Have a good day, guys. Good luck with your work, and I'll see you guys tomorrow then. Cheers. Bye bye.